Your self-worth just saved you from major heartbreak, deception, betrayal. Somebody was going to entice you using lust, their body, their outer appearance, in order to get you to be distracted. This person wanted to throw off your focus so that you'd stop working on your mission, on your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. And you literally got away in the nick of time by heeding to the signs, and you actually avoided opening up a major toxic cycle with somebody who probably has some sort of entity attachment. Whatever's on this person, it's very old, it's very ancient, and you just be this entity because usually it has a much easier time hooking onto people, causing people to have attachments. Even if you were attached and hooked for a moment, you saw things for what it was. You were not willing to do anything that was going to jeopardize your self-worth, and I feel like your boundaries actually helped you keep this person away. And the fact that you overcame the cycle, it opened up a door to something brand new. This was a test. The test was, are you going to fall for this incubus, succubus spirit that literally can do nothing for you but just satisfy you in bed? This is probably a person that will give you the best that you've ever had. They tap into people's sacral chakras, especially through intimacy, and they drain all your life force and build off of it. That's what this person was planning on doing to you. Straight black magic. And they started the initiation phase for you to have to go through that, but you actually saw through the trap. Being around this person and entertaining them, it's like you always knew that there was something off. You just couldn't put your finger quite on exactly what it was. And they would almost put you in this like mental restriction. Being around this person would like mess with your psyche. And if you're a psychic or a seer or an oracle, in order for something to take control of your mind, or at least like cause you to ruminate over and over and fixate over something, the only thing that can do that is an entity. So someone gained an entity attachment through a ritual that they did. Maybe they were in a frat or a sorority. Maybe it was passed down through their lineage. And this is something that's helped them get success in one way or another. But the success is like tarnish. It's like dirty, murky energy. And they tried to use you as a source of like food. They were going to feed on you like they did everybody else. But you actually have very strong boundaries. This person underestimated how strong your boundaries are, and that's actually what kept you from being engulfed into a situation that would have disrupted your focus. And this is the type of person that is hard to resist. It is hard. It's hard to resist this person. Like they know exactly what to do, how to shapeshift into being everything that you could possibly need. And they almost use like your insecurities against you. And you got a hold of yourself. You know exactly who you are. You do not waver. No source of black magic, manipulation, energy, harvesting is going to work on you because you love yourself. So at the end of the day, self-love and boundaries is what's going to protect you from a lot of BS. So keep that in mind. Always put yourself first, your self-worth above all, especially in romantic connections, because you just proved yourself to have the strongest discernment that this person has ever encountered. Nobody's been able to resist this demon before. The person that you're connected to is just the host. The entity, though, has been feeding off of people for like centuries. This is something that like recirculates and just finds a new host. Unfortunately, you were the only person that could take this entity down. So some of you have been doing banishment work, transmutation. Some of you don't look like what you are. You don't look like a shaman, or you don't look like a person that's like capable of performing exorcists. You just did some sort of spiritual surgery by putting up boundaries. No one can cross this armor that you have on. And everybody else was not capable of having enough strength to push this person away because they ended up indulging into their vices. This is the type of person, like I said, they're going to be the best you've ever had. But because that's not what was important to you, you were able to deny them and see things exactly for what it is. I feel like you saw through someone's mask that slipped and you saw emptiness, darkness, like an old ancient energy, and it may have startled you. It didn't scare you, but it startled you, because a starseed, an awakened one, a chosen one, knows when they've encountered somebody that has an entity on them. It is a different frequency. It throws you off right away. It changes like the climate of the room right away. But this is like you almost weren't sure, like, is this something divine or is it something dark? And it really took you time to have to process information, and it was meant to be this way so that you can be taught moving forward how to identify people with entity attachments. And you're the only one that's been capable of doing this so far. So if someone around you feels exposed, this could be somebody at work, someone that you see in a group setting. You're the only person that sees through this person's mask. And they may even try to retaliate against you. Once this entity knows that you've caught on to what it is or who they are, you're going to see some retaliation or scare tactics, or to kind of get you to ease off. Keep those boundaries up, because you just closed out a major cycle, and because you passed this test, something brand new, you're being rewarded in a brand new way with something that you've always wanted.